This is the story of a family business that began in 1909 when the Fessler family began hosting travelers in the Bavarian Alps. For generation after generation, the practice of offering unmatched hospitality and comfort to vacationers was passed down until it became a family trademark. And today, whether it's celebrating its 90th anniversary in Germany or its 30 years in Vail, the Sonnenalp Resort stands for much more than a successful hotel. It stands for a way of life. It is a torch that has been carried in this generation by Michael Fessler in Bavaria and by younger brother Johannes here in the States.
Well, 2009 is actually a very special year for Sonnenalp because it marks the 90th anniversary in Germany and the 30th anniversary here in Vail. So that makes it that I am the 4th generation, and the 5th generation is already almost ready.
Since Michael, being the older brother, was always slated for Germany, having a second son made it possible for the Fesslers to look elsewhere for a second location. It was a path that took Johannes' father Carl all the way to the Vail Valley. In 1979, Carl came upon the Vail Inn, a small 38-room drive-up motel.
The structure really wasn't much, but the location was just absolutely dynamite. And for somebody who had a vision for Vail's future, it was quite clear that this was an extraordinary location with not much of a building on it. But that allowed us to really purchase that building.
The building got a complete makeover right down to the bare walls. Bavarian furniture was shipped over to fill the rooms, and the Sonnenalp story, American version, was underway.
In the end, the building looked about as authentic as you could ever hope to find in the European Alps.
The Fessler Sonnenalp story added a member in February of 1985 when Johannes married Rosanna Facchini. Her role, becoming active in the family pastime, was not something she even originally considered.
You know, it was interesting. When we got married, I was not even thinking, am I going to be working in the hotel or not? It didn't cross my mind. And his parents called from Germany, and his mother is very much involved, was very involved in the hotel in Germany. And so they called and asked if I want to help. And I said, okay. And here I am.
With the Johannes and Rosanna team in place, Sonnenalp opportunities, improvements, and expansion began to accelerate. Within a very short period of time, the Single-Tree Golf Course was purchased, as well as 2 buildings in the heart of Vail Village. Sonnenalp guests would know the buildings as the Swiss Hotel and the Bavaria House. With massive renovations, these buildings began to lay the groundwork for the Sonnenalp we all know today.
I truly believe one of the little secrets of our success is that we are very close to our guests. I think by just being here as much as we are and being in contact with them and listening to them, we can hear and feel what it is that we have to do different or better or add on or take away to keep them coming back to us.
I come on my lobby, it's my living room, and see my friends in a way. They're hotel guests, but the people that I saw the kids grow up and they keep coming back, and you know what's happening with their lives. It's interesting. It's really interesting. For me, it's another part of the hotel business that I didn't know was possible. You know, I didn't, like Johannes said, that structure part. That's not what we are all about, and I enjoy that. I really do.
So as the years go by, the Sonnenalp continues to evolve because with Johannes and Rosanna, standing still is not an option. In fact, the latest and perhaps most impressive resort expansion is only a couple of years old. There will always be fine-tuning and polishing here and there to the property itself, but the Sonnenalp experience will always shine through. As Johannes and Rosanna and the Sonnenalp team celebrate 30 years, they do so knowing that it is their guests' the Sonnenalp family that make it all possible. That's why this year is a good year to include the Sonnenalp in your plans.
I can look forward to a lot of little touches that commemorate our 30-year anniversary, and I just hope they all come and check it out. We don't do a big event that only a few of them could participate, but we will sprinkle things throughout the winter season and have a lot of wonderful little gifts that really acknowledge their part in this, which is of course huge. You know, without our guests, none of that would be possible.
If a stay at the Sonnenalp Resort of Vail is part of your vacation routine, or if we haven't had the pleasure of your company in a while, we anxiously await your arrival this year to help us celebrate 30 fantastic years in the Vail Valley.
To build tradition here is not so easy because everything is so new. So to be here 30 years, I'm pretty proud. I must say I am, you know.
Thank you. We hope to see you here soon at the Sonnenalp Resort of Vail.